Hey, welcome to the Contender Truck Series here at Atlanta. Please remain off the track after the driver's meeting is completed. Tonight will be a total of 85 laps with no stages. We have one faster pair, 4 additions of the tires. Key things to note, the only black flags that will be cleared are passenger yellow due to wrecked cars. We will not clear black flags for speeding through pits or unsafe entry or exit. During a restart, keep the back tightened up. Laying back to jump the start will result in a penalty. And when taking a green flag, you must maintain your line until you cross that stripe. After the yellow flag is out and you've safely made it through any wreckage, please catch up with the base car immediately to prevent delaying others. And when cycling through a green flag stops, state over the radio what your intentions are to allow others to move around you. Just as a reminder, this is the super speedway. All racing must be done above that white and red line. Pit entrance also in turn 3. We will not clear the black flag if you unsafely enter the pit, so make sure you're hitting that pit entrance, turn 3. Good luck. Have fun.
I'm running aground, lying in the light of the interstate cars, passing it by, the buses and semis, lunging like stones from a slingshot on Mars. But I'm here by the road, bound to below. I picked up in 10,000 cafes and bars, alone with the rush of the drivers that won't pick me up. The highway, the moon, the clouds and the stars. The black-throated wind keeps on pouring in with its words of a lie when nothing is new. Oh, Mother American, now here comes the light. I'm drowning in you. Let's sing blues, city of blues. In the midst of a storm, I'd rather forget. A start to pretend came to an end. 'Cause you weren't the woman I once thought I'd met. But I can't deny all times have gone by. I never had doubts or thoughts of regret. And I was a man when all this began. Wouldn't think twice about being there yet. The black-throated wind whispering sin
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Container Truck Series here at Atlanta. I'm joined tonight with Edwin Warren. How you doing tonight, Edwin?
Oh, I'm good, ready to get some casual, and I stress casual, super speedway racing on today. Atlanta's a unique one, man. I think it's going to be a good show.
All right, we got a starting lineup: Eric Robertson, Lucas Alves, starting up in front for row number 1. Noah Steele in third at 91, and Kevin Stanley in 95, starting in fourth. That'll do it for row number 2. Row number 3, John Donald in 64, Paul Majiska in 47, starting 6th. Jeff Denton in 84, starting in 7th. Donald Ritzau in 25, starting in 8th. Austin Knight in the 7th, starting in 9th. Aaron Underhill in 21, starting in 10th. David Hickey in 22, starting 11th. Tad DeBaney in 211, starting in 12th. Jonathan Medlin is 16, starting 13th. Nicholas Deal in the 10, starting 14th. Ryan Godfrey in the 12, starting 15th. Dylan Hinton in the 81, starting 16th. And now we'll do it all for tonight. And Hunter Cox is starting 18th.
Just saw a few of our spotters slash crew chief on that board, broadcasters, everything were kind of listed there towards the end. You ready for this? Are you ready, Ben?
I'm as ready as I can be. I think tonight will be a fun race. We got 85 laps here tonight in Atlanta. Pace car getting dive down pit lane as we're in turn 4. Edwin,
it's going to be an interesting one. Keep your eyes glued to the screen. It's green flag with our new decals up there too as well. We're getting ready to rock and roll here in Atlanta. Can Alvarez get a good jump? He does, and he is chilling in the lead. And you were about to ask me a question there, Ben?
I was going to say, as far as right now, who you got your eye on?
I'd have to say my two guys that I have eyes on are John Dowdle in that 64 and then Aaron Underhill in the 21. Very, very good drivers there, and I just want to pay attention to them.
Long race, and honestly, I would say Aaron Underhill is a great person to keep an eye out for at this race tonight. And obviously Noah Steele has been dominant all night. A couple people cut the track a little bit, and it looked like 83 to 91.
Look who's coming up towards the front. Dowdle just cycles out the 91 of Noah Steele, and he's up to P2, and he's on the outside of our leader already. Got guys dropping to the back. Jeff Dinda, he's off pace. Caused Paul Majifka to be off pace as well. Pushes it 3 wide right there, but they're all good. This lap might be led by a new leader.
So's the 83. John Donald may have gotten that lap on the very last second. These guys are very not stable all over the place. That high line is going to be a lot more dominant out there tonight.
And Donald actually got that lead, and he was able to almost clear the 85, but he's going to have to work harder. But another guy who's also worked his way up and has now jumped to that outside, we've got Aaron Underhill and Hunter Cox. They're both up there on that outside line. They're the last 2 cars in that group, but it looks like they are going to just hang out there and kind of work with that group. I say that as Hunter Cox jumps to the bottom.
Yeah, it's good. These guys are staying side by side, so the highline could get a side drive going. They're going to be able to just pull away from the inside line, but if you got certain people, the right people to push it, you'll be stable on the inside line. So I don't know. We'll have to see.
Looks like the inside and outside both have real good help. The outside line is carrying that momentum. Dowdle actually jumps down on that inside line now. He finally realized that he's got to control both lanes. This goes back to the top side. But then at the same time, you've got Noah Steele back there trying to shove Alves all the way to the front and keep that lead.
Now, let's ask ourselves a important question. Do we need to... I don't know if I'll be wanting to control both lanes so early in this race.
You know, I like to pride myself on super speedway racing. A lot of people do, actually. We have a lot of great guys at DES who are very good at super speedway racing. And I will say this, you probably have a 50-50 shot on where their answer is going to go. 50% of our great super speedway drivers are going to say control both lanes. The other 50% are going to say no point right now. But I'm kind of leaning on the book of it's a smart move right now. He can gauge the field and control this race the way he needs to and get pit strategies done the way he wants it to be done.
Even though, like, as you said, pit strategy done, but right now, I'm the kind of guy, I want to be kind of right where Eric Robinson is on the inside line. I just want to be right there out in front because, A, I can dive down whenever I need to, and I'm on the inside line. I ain't got to worry about, you know, say, for example, Donald could be trying to come down, and I still block him out, and it coming down to where we had to go down pit lane. Guess what? If I were on the inside line, I ain't got to worry about it. I ain't got to worry about making sure I move myself down to the inside line if I got to pit.
That is one of the key parts, but if he's controlling both lanes to where he can freely move to both, he don't have to worry about that problem. He's good to go, but someone like the 15 who's stuck there because of what Doddle's doing, yeah, it's going to ruin his ability to go and pit. Because what Doddle's doing by controlling these lines, he's forcing those next two trucks to stay side by side, which is just going to take every advantage they have out.
Yeah, and the one thing that I feel like is kind of dangerous with, you know, at least this early, trying to control both lanes is...
Oh, we got one around. John Donald definitely didn't want to see that, but this will probably help him with a bit of a fuel saving right now. Let's get a replay and try and see exactly what happened back there. Started with the 21 of Aaron Underhill. So we see him right there. Noah Steele gets a bobble, and then we lose a little bit of action there from him. He's on the high line, everything all good. Just kind of, I think we're a lap ahead right now. We might have to watch a little bit longer.
Yeah, Aaron Hill's still... Yeah, he went from the bottom to the top. Another lap.
I think our replay software seems to have knocked us back further, but we just saw the caution right there happening. So let's see what we could figure out what's happening here. It's crazy going on. There it was. Let's go back a bit. We got to get over to the 21 of Aaron Underhill.
I wonder if he got like bumped in the turn, like, you know.
That's a possibility because, you know, this isn't 2.5 miles, so getting bumped in the turn is a problem. Oh, they got stacked up.
Yeah, it stacked up right from the truck in front of him.
95 gets into the wall. Nicholas Deal in the 10. At that angle, Nicholas Deal cannot see any of that. And they just pretty much are slamming on the brakes right in front of him, and that's what causes those kind of incidents.
Yeah, not a whole lot of room for Ayrton couldn't say, but we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with more racing here at Atlanta. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Atlanta. And we're back in go green this time by Lucas Alves, Dotto, Robertson, and Hickey. That will round up your top four. Right now, obviously, Aaron Hill was at the back of that wreck. Edwin, your opinion right now, where do you want to be on lap 12?
Anywhere really. There's really nowhere that's guaranteed, but if I was in a betting mood and I was trying to go for the win and maximize my fuel strategy, Hunter Cox is in the best position in that P5 spot.
And the green flag is out. And
Massive jump by John Dottle right there, and he just completely left the outside groove and just, at least the P2 position was able to get down into P3. But look at that, they are just single file right now. That works out for Dottle. He doesn't have to worry about navigating both lanes right now. Hunter Cox aggressively going under his car is showing 15, but he is actually, if I remember correctly, the 85. So he is moving up towards the front, but here comes Alves in the 83 trying to get under Dottle, but Dottle does the right decision, takes that momentum, breaks the draft, drives away.
As we talked about this earlier, and we had our Talladega race in the premiere last week, that side drafting on the high line is always going to be the best place you're going to want to be if you want any form of momentum. It's just that outside line plus with the side draft.
Interesting work here. Look at that. He allowed the inside lane to get up. Maybe he kind of thought about what you were saying and decided, hey, maybe controlling both lanes, not a good idea right now.
Robinson's on the inside line. Well, I'm gonna check up a little bit. Dottle's still out there front. Noah's still out there on the outside line right behind 85 Alves. Ooh, Noah's still not fully clear. 3 wide going down to turn 3. Noah still Zamita sandwich in contact. Noah's still just middle of 3 wide. Not much room to go. Oh, it looks like the inside, whoever was on the inside of him, gave him a bump. It's 83. Yep. 83 Robinson. Yeah, he went up into the 91, and that caused the wreck. A little bit in deco, but I think fate has sealed itself right there. Well, we're going to take another quick break, and we'll be right back with more racing here at Atlanta. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Atlanta. Donald. The green flag is out. Donald able to get a run. Awesome night. Side by side over the exit of 2. So far, so good. Looks like it's going to be single file for the most part. Oh, front. No, Donald's on the outside getting ran over from the people on the inside. Out is going to have some help here soon.
Interesting race thus far.
Very interesting race. Everybody's back up in double file. They were single file for just a little bit.
We got a new leader though, Austin Knight taking the point.
So far, working out so well for him. Donald still on the outside. Donald looks like trying to side drive the 7 truck.
So far, so good for these guys right now. John Dottle able to battle back on the outside. It's that momentum. Like, the outside just carries so much momentum.
That side draft has been helping them out a lot. This online just needs to be grouped up a little bit better if they're going to want to be able to keep up with these guys.
One guy I'm seeing a lot of positivity from, Hunter Cox. He's back there. He's been towards the front, towards the back, but he's just keeping his nose clean. So really happy that he's able to do that right now and just kind of chill himself out, make sure that he's there at the end.
Oh, Blinker 95 is Stanley. But now it just comes at a weird spot and just disappears on us. Oh, 64!
They keep it straight, no caution.
What a save by the 64.
I wonder what happened there, man. That was crazy. He thinks he might have come down on the guy.
Right now, Newton Leaner 95 is Stanley.
I think Nicholas Deal actually kind of pushed up and they got together. But they are off to the races again, still doing good here. So he's back there in that second group, John Donnell is, but those trucks are fast. They know how to get to the front. Right now, leading the way, we've got the 95 of Stanley. Ben, where would you want to be at right now? I think my co-host may have had to step away, but as of right now, the 95, yeah, he's got a little blanket going on, but he is controlling both lanes. The 22 is now battling on the outside. We got people venting some frustration. One person says, stay in line so we can catch the leaders.
Step away, had a... Oh, someone just came down to 83. Single file racing now. Most importantly, it's going to allow things to calm down a little bit.
Yeah,
Robinson trying
to catch the tail end. Go ahead, say what you're saying.
Yeah, Robinson trying to jump up. The one thing the back group will need right now is for these guys up here to get back up to being side by side. The side drive is going to kill momentums for these guys, and most important, it's going to allow them to catch back up a lot faster. Modified Stanley literally throwing some heavy blocks to the 7 of Austin Knight.
Now they aren't that far behind the lead pack. Honestly, all they need is their front car to catch the tail end of the draft. And with those front 4 being side by side like that, Hunter Cox getting aggressive, he wants the race lead. That's going to allow that group of 5 back there to pull up to them.
Yeah, it's going to slow, like I said, it's just slow down this front pack a little bit. It's going to allow them to catch up little by little. But they want more guys to be side by side than just those 4. It will just cause a little bit more drag and just help them out a little bit more.
Yeah, they need Noah Steele or the 85 to pop out and get behind that truck on the outside. Once that happens, we got a car sliding. That's going to help them out because that disperses a little bit of those people. Hunter Cox battling hard on the outside. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was the 16 of John Medlin. Good job on him, able to keep it down, able to save the truck.
Yeah, he's having a real good race today. You know, he's managing his equipment, managing where he's at in the track. He's doing pretty solid right now.
Yeah, right now, just help out these guys a little bit more. It's just, like I said, just having these guys being side by side a lot longer, more than just the top four. Just need a little bit more drag. That's all we need.
Hunter Cox able to take the lead. Oh, is he self-clearing? Oh, a little tight right there, but it worked out. The truck behind him gave it a little grace, but it looked like that might have been really tight.
Now that back group is catching up a little bit.
You know, what's helping them is the two leaders keep trying to jostle for the lead. And that's just allowing, they're just slowing up their group, and that's allowing that second group to get up there. They're within the draft window now. They are getting draft from these guys. Hunter Cox to the point with Austin Knight in tow. Austin Knight decides, yeah, no, he pulled back in, but it looked like he was about to make a decision to go for that lead. Again, all that's going to do is blow them up more.
My main worry about right now is we're about 7 laps to halfway. I would probably say we should, at halfway, should be able to make it the rest of the way. At least some fuel. So, Edwin, what are you thinking on as far as fuel and tire strategy?
Well, Atlanta's different from the other super speedways. Atlanta does eat tires. So none of these guys have taken tires unless they took tires after that first caution. If you took tires on that caution, fuel only. If you haven't taken tires, haven't even pressed down pit road, you need fuel and tires right now.
More side-by-side action. Someone looked like 22. David Hickey went in the wall.
But look who has caught, and that back group is there. You've got Dylan Hinton, our previous Contender Series champion. John Donald, Ryan Godfrey, all of them are up there. Paul Majifka, he's even there. He's back there hanging out. They're all here. Nicholas Deal up there as well. Austin Knight trying to go around the outside. He's trying to take the long way around to the point.
So, where would you want to be in this mess? Oh, 3 wide?
I would not want to be in that 3 wide mess, I'll tell you that.
I don't want to be there either.
I'd be where the 95 is right now. That 3 wide mess was not the place, because look what it did. Look at that chop, that break right there. And that's going to do nothing but hurt everybody right there. So now they've got to manage to get back up there, which they will, because the front 3 rows are all side by side. But I'd want to be where the 95 is, to be as honest with you. I want to be on that high side carrying the most momentum. I know it's burning about tires, but I want to be there. Now, I probably wouldn't be too happy if the guy behind me is doing what the 12 of Ryan Godfrey is doing. I'd be a little upset about that. But other than that, definitely where the 95 is.
It's winding down almost halfway. 46 laps to go. 45 when it crosses the start-finish line. And double file seems to be the name of the game right now.
Seems like the only person to ever break that side by side and be able to control lanes was John Dottle. Nobody else has seemed to be able to break away and get out in front of everybody. So maybe that 64 knows something that the rest of us don't.
When it comes down to strategy, or maybe it's just like, that little bit of gap that he had to the car behind him. Because they was able to, right there when you're in front, obviously you're going to give toe to the truck behind you. But as soon as you cut it off, you got nothing. You got nothing in front of you helping you pull you a little bit further to the front. I mean, Austin Knight probably could be controlling both lanes as of this moment, which he's attempting to do with Hunter Cox. And it's actually what did help him work out a little bit. So yeah, just cutting off the nose and momentum. Everybody just seems to be in the game, but Eric Robinson diving down to the inside.
Yeah, it looks like Austin Knight wasn't quite able to stop that run, Like you just said, cutting off that nose, stopping the momentum, that is the key factor here. And he just was not able to. Oh, look at that. Car getting a little sideways, but they're back to go in the right direction and having a good time again. But I agree with you. You've got to chop that nose, and Austin Knight just was unable to do that.
Austin Knight back in front. Ryan Godfrey now shooting down to the inside line. Halfway through the race.
To the front. Look at that. Ryan Godfrey out of nowhere. He was backed by John Dottle, and look at him. He's up here going for the P2 position. He wants to lead a lap. Ryan Godfrey. Let's Ben, me and you both have raced with him for a while. I don't really think I could think of somebody more deserving of their first win than Ryan Godfrey. He has been there time and time again, trying and trying for that first win, and just always comes up short.
I have to agree with you on that one 100%. Yeah, Ryan Godfrey definitely deserves a win as well. There are some other guys at DES I would definitely say deserve a win. At least their first win in Oval. So right now, there's some people whose times are due, but one person going down pit lane.
I think he has to pit because remember, he was leading for a while, but that's going to hang out Nicholas Deal, and Ryan Godfrey is going to lead a lap, right? No! Austin Knight beats him to the line.
48 laps remaining. Pit cycle begins and now, I want to say.
Now, here's where the luck comes in, John Dottle had somebody pit with him. I believe he had 2 trucks pit with him. So now all he needs to do is link up with them as soon as possible and just drive away. But they are going to go down a lap here. That is going to happen. But he's going to have to link up with Paul Majivka, and they're going to have to run nose to tail and maximize their time. Because when the caution comes out or when green flag stops happen, they're going to be in the best beneficial place. Now, let me revise. The caution flag comes out, they're not in a beneficial place. If they go green and have to do green flag pit stops, those two will be the best off if they link up.
Now, if the caution flag comes out, obviously when them gets a lucky dog, they will be also be able to get the way around, but they'll always be at the tail end of the field. In 22, David Hickey saying he's going down pit lane this time.
Ryan Godfrey and Austin Knight are going to have to pit here very soon. Austin Knight's on a 38-lap stint. Ryan Godfrey, 31-lap stint. So these guys are going to have to pit really soon. And look at that. Hickey drops out. But look how it breaks up the group. It really causes an issue to them.
Yeah, it just creates that little pack because, they're going to try to at least help him out, like try to leave him a little bit of space to go down to, decelerate and stuff like that. But, I would just be Austin Knight head down pit lane. Someone else will follow in soon.
Look, somebody right in front of him, but he got beat to pit road by a truck much further behind him. But is that truck, because that's the commitment line. They don't have to be down to pit road speed by that line. They're good to keep momentum, but I think Austin Knight got on the brakes a little too much.
Yeah, you're right. Pit lane speed does not begin until they enter front straightaway. So if they break down enough, sometimes your tires get worn out to where you can get a little bit tight and overshoot and stuff. And I understand that, to kind of break the truck down so that way you're not going to be blowing the turn out on the apron in turn 3 and 4.
Here's one thing I do want to bring up. Stanley is up there leading with that group. He has 20 lap old stuff, okay? But Hunter Cox, Robertson, Godfrey, Alves, Steele, Hanton, even Deal, all the way down to Medlin, Jeff Ditna, Risto, all will have to pit before him. So he could be looking at a situation where he gets hung out to dry.
Yeah, if I'm in that situation, I would go down with them because you're just hurting yourself in the long run. So, because they're gonna have to draft and you're not.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to hang out longer than I need to.
On back one, at least a lap down. John Dowdle 3 laps down.
Something happened there. He was on pit road again.
Must have got a holding penalty. No, now it says 4.
Hunter Cox leading the way right now. Do keep in mind, the winner of this race will get to race in the Premier Series race later on today at Martinsville Speedway. So they're going to go from high speed, high bank to a flat paper clip. So they're going to have to adjust on the fly.
Yeah, you and me are both racing at Martinsville tonight. So we're going to have a very, very small track to work with. Possibly a lot of wrecks there tonight. Hopefully not. But hopefully we're going to keep our, head held high and have a fun race there at Martinsville. Right now, good race so far here at Atlanta.
Well, you want to talk about Martinsville? You will be racing at Martinsville. You will actually be in contention of good finish. I suck there. So I'm going to be riding around in the back, and we both know that. So.
Hey, Martinsville, not my favorite, but we're here.
16
Jonathan,
hitting pit road. 95 this time.
Well, we were talking about 95 with Stanley, he had out there the least amount of time, and now he's going down pit lane. 91, Noah Steele also heading down pit lane.
Yeah, Noah Steele, but we still haven't had the 43, the 12. I mean, they're out there just looping right now. Now look at this. 43, look at that gap. That is time lost right there. It doesn't matter if that truck's still relatively close. That is lost time for you dragging back to them.
The most important thing is, notice this. Now Hunter Cox
we got a spinner on pit road. We got a spinner on pit road, but he keeps it going in the right direction. He's good. The 85 looped it there, but he is heading there. There you go. The rest of the field coming down pit road. Dylan Hinton, Alves, all of them. They're there now. Oh, Robertson.
Let's talk about this, because the entire field basically.
Hunter Cox looped it. He looped it. Now he's got to get reoriented. Don't loop it again. Got to hold it down. Look at him. See, he's going through that corner, and pit road's a much sharper angle around that apex, and just clip the grass, got that tire dirty, loop that thing. What were you saying, Ben?
Let's talk about the fact of they are out there so much longer, but like everyone except for the top 3 pitted the lap before they did. So now you're in a situation of where that group, the biggest group of the field, just pitted all together. They're gonna have they're gonna be able to fly by people who've pitted earlier.
You know, he just put himself in a really terrible situation, though.
Who was sweet for?
Jeff Dinda, 41 laps on his stuff on a super speedway, and he's out there at the tail end of people, but he's lapping by himself. There's no way that he can hit pit road, have a good stop, and come back unless he is going down pit road to take fuel only. We have 85 laps, and we're about to start lap 60. He has to take just fuel only, or this is all for nothing.
One thing that Jeff would also really need at this current moment is literally a caution before he hits pit lane.
He's not going to get it. He calls out. He's hitting pit road. But if a caution comes out while he's on the access road and stuff, he's still good.
Yeah, that's the only beneficial thing he has right now.
He's got those few seconds right there. He needs one to come out. The field's coming around to unlap themselves. Noah Steele calling out, when you get here, glue to my bumper. Jeff Dinda into pit road by himself. Why is he all the way down there in the pit stalls? He might be out of fuel. I don't know if he's out of fuel, but he's all the way down there. '21, Nicholas Deal calling out the 10. Nicholas Deal calling out, I'm sorry, bro. He spun the 95, but Jeff did not take tires. So maybe this can work out for him. They are pretty spread out here, calling out, don't run side by side. We need to be single file. Jeff in the P9 spot, or is he P9? Let me verify. P13.
Jeff's not in a bad spot. There's still plenty of laps for this race. Anything can happen. Right now, we're across the start finish line. Will be 23 laps remaining.
Technically, unless fuel saving happens, most people on the track can't make it.
How many laps of fuel do you have there, good sir?
Based off what they did, a lot of them pitted around 33 to 38 laps. That would take them all out of contention because the lowest amount of laps is Jeff Dinda at 3, while the rest are a lot higher. So I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Be a tough one.
Yeah, right now, Noah Steele just wants Jonathan Medlin just to be a little bit closer. Like, he wants Medlin to be glued to his bumper. As we talked about earlier, Noah Steele has a 4-second gap to second and third.
But there's not much he has to worry about. If you have a 4-second gap here, even if Medlin can't glue to your bumper and is just kind of there, you're still good. I mean, these guys aren't really going to catch you because the next group has 2 trucks as well, which is Nicholas Deal and Ryan Godfrey. But I don't know. Unless they can link up better than those 2 in front of them, there's really no chance they get there.
I think that's the biggest thing because right now, the gap between the 16 and 91 is definitely a lot bigger between the 10 and the 12.
Yeah, they're not linked up the way they need to be, and they actually lost time there. He had increased it to a 4.2, and it's now down to a 3.9 at the time of the start-finish line. Looks like Medlin's just having an issue just keeping it behind him, but other than that, they're doing just fine. But it's now down to 3.5. At this rate, I don't believe Godfrey will catch but it's going to be tight.
Is that welcome back? 15 laps to go here at Atlanta. 10 of the 12, slowly gaining. But these guys are catching one person. They're catching Jeff Dinda. And Edwin, right now, if I'm in sales position, I want to catch Jeff. I want to be able to catch him so I can get in, have in my traffic and pull away from the 10 and the 12.
What was that, Ben? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you. I had a little technical difficulties on my end.
I was saying that if I'm in sales position, I want to be able to catch Jeff Dinda. Because they're closing on him quick, and if I'm him, I would just want him for the air. That's all I would want.
Yeah, I agree. Catching Jeff Dinda will help his situation a lot because he can just line up with Jeff and kind of work the situation because 3 cars are going to be faster than 2. But the problem is Nicholas Deal and Ryan Godfrey might be there before he truly gets. Well, he's getting the Jeff now, so I don't know. There's something going on there. There's a bit of a hectic moment right there.
Noah's saying he could help Jeff and he can push him a little bit. So, and he's just trying to make sure the air bubble is not going to be there anymore. He's just trying to make sure this gap between him and the 10 to the 12 are going to get bigger and bigger. And honestly, I think it might work to his favor, and I'm hoping it is.
Yeah, but the thing that they really have to worry about is Stanley, Peyton, Alves, Paul, Hickey. All those guys are linked up, and they're about 6 cars deep. So they've got a bit of an advantage right there. So you do have to pay attention to all that. So as they come across the line, it looks like Nicholas Deal is still only about 2.2 seconds, still gaining, but not a lot now.
Yeah, the gap is slowly their momentum is not getting any better now because now he has that 3. He's able to manage the gap right the way he wants to.
I think he'll have enough time. Again, it's 85 laps and we're under 10 to go as of now. So we're running out of time to get there.
Right now, 10 laps to go. 9 to go, but across the start finish line. Noah still making that gap a little bit bigger.
Now here's the biggest issue. If Medlin drops off those 2 trucks, he is going to give a tow to the 2 trucks that are behind him, that are trying to catch. So The concern is not only staying with Jeff, but keeping Medlin there too.
Yeah, he's definitely wants Medlin to actually stay right behind him because right now it's a perfect.
Now, even if that group caught, there is a way Noah Steele could still win this and continue his win streak, but it's going to be a tough one. You know, he's really got to work at it.
Yeah, he's got to rely on the two people around him right now just to keep this gap managed.
Yeah, that 2.2 seconds, man, it's hairy. They're going to end up catching Hunter Cox, too, who's only about 3 seconds in front of them. They might end up catching him as well, which could help his situation.
That's probably going to be, honestly, the best situation for them, because then they have 4 trucks, and even Medlin somehow managed to, somehow lose the draft in some weird situation. It's still going to help them Noah to prevail. Because he's going to be in the back, and he's just going to be able to help keep this air gap, the air bubble, really tight.
Yeah, they're all over each other, so the work is cut out for him right now. He's got to do everything right, because if those lappers cause an issue, the problem comes up.
A 5 laps to go here at Atlanta. Start of the game. Can Noah Steele just have the 2 trucks that he needs around him right now? Got up to Hunter Cox. It's going to help out their situation even more so. Well, now they're linked up. 4 trucks.
Yeah, and he said I just heard our race leader. He said, "I'm going to put y'all a lap down because Medlin did me a solid." So he might try and go for position on those guys just to tow Medlin up to there. Medlin coming in clutch with his ability to just help that leader there. That's the kind of thing you want to look for in potential teammates someday down the road. But Noah Steele has just risen above. I mean, we lost John Dottle early. I think he got a penalty and he called it. Aaron Underhill, that wreck, he called it. There were a lot of heavy hitters that he had to overcome here today.
2 laps ago, he only needs to make sure he can get out of turn 4 unharmed. He just needs to stay green. That's all he needs. White flag in the air.
White flag in the air, nearest competitor only 2 seconds back. This is pretty much sealed for him unless he gets wrecked right now.
Hey, we don't need to put that out in the ether.
Oh, he won't. He's coming through 3 and 4. He's going to be good to go all the way around.
Noah Steele keeping the win streak alive here at Atlanta.
Congrats to Noah Steele. He worked his butt off for that. Now we get to change over to Premier Series running Martinsville.
And we will see you guys there. Noah Steele finished in first. Nicholas Steele second. And we will see you guys there at Martinsville. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Edwin, thank you for coming into the broadcast tonight.
No problem. Have a good night, sir. We'll see us in the race.